Hey, Bellevue, welcome to episode 4 of Behind the Scenes with Ben and Lynley. We are having so much fun with this podcast.
Yeah.
And today we're going to try to do 5 things in 15 minutes. So we're going to jump right in.
We're going to be efficient.
Let's start with the sermon.
Okay.
Today I used an illustration about how a plane, when it's just 1 degree off over the course of time, gets further and further off the path.
Mm-hmm.
So the application is be careful when you sense your life getting just a little off the will of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an area, Lynley, that you would say, when you preached about that, I thought about this in my own life?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go so far as the will of God, but when you were talking about that, I think contentment is really hard. That's something I struggle with.
Like you find yourself becoming discontent?
Yes, I mean, in a social media world, in a Pinterest world, all those things, I pride myself because I, don't care about jewelry. I'm wearing sandals that have been broken for 2 years because the heel's like popping off, but I just don't like shoe stores. You know that. I don't buy shoes. I don't like bags. I don't like makeup. So I'm like, I'm content, but then I love house stuff. Like I love buying house stuff. I love to look at Pinterest and think, oh, we need wallpaper here, or I should paint this, or let's paint that trim or add this. And so I find myself, my discontentment comes with not just recognizing, oh man, we have a beautiful house.
You crave crown molding.
Yeah, yes. Not diamonds. I want crown molding.
Crown molding.
Yeah. So that's where I catch myself drifting of just in contentment.
Yeah. Social media definitely feeds that.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this with perfectionism. If I'm not careful, I get obsessive about preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm really passionate about preaching, and I think preparation is a big part of preaching. But
Yeah.
there comes a point where you've prepared enough, and just like God says, he who began a good work in us will carry it on to completion.
Mm-hmm.
There comes a moment as a preacher where you just have to say, okay, whatever's left that needs to get done, God's going to give it to me on Sunday morning.
Right.
Peyton Manning is famous for watching over 20 hours of game tape per week.
Mm-hmm.
People thought he was obsessive in his preparation. And I kind of feel like I can become that way if I'm not careful. Like I don't rest in the ministry. I'm always trying to make it better, better, better. Why are you laughing?
Because you said, I kind of feel. You can just remove the kind of.
It's definitely
definitely a thing.
Well, I just want my part to be the best it can be so that everybody else brings their best and we're ready for the Lord that day.
We actually went and saw the Michael Jackson movie Friday night, and
Yeah.
he said over and over in there, which maybe we'll get in trouble for saying that we went to see that movie, but he said, I have to be perfect. And I do think there are personalities who have a craft and art that they think I have to be perfect sometimes. And I think that you would struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, Austin, who makes the videos that like the little animated video today for the plane,
Mm-hmm.
he will work obsessively on that video until Sunday morning. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just all week long, no matter however much time he has, he's going to make it better and better and better.
Yeah.
And creative people, I think, struggle with perfectionism.
I understand.
So
All right.
if I'm not careful, I can lose sight of God and focus too much on my human performance.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Second thing we're going to do something fun today. We like to play show and tell with people. It's one of our favorite things. We have people over, like bring something that was special to you. It
Yeah.
always brings storytelling. So Lynley and I both brought something that is important to us. You're going to go first. Okay.
I'm going first.
Yep, you're
Apparently, you told me I am.
Yep. So here it is.
Okay, so mine is small. Little small box. And Ben had this made for me when we lived in Jackson by a deacon there who does a lot
It's
of
a
woodworking.
wooden box if you can't see it. It opens.
You're messing with my
Oh,
microphone.
sorry. It opens up.
It
and
opens
here,
up.
Let me just show it to the audience.
Well, it's empty right now
It's
because we
empty
took
now
out all
because
of our.
the letters were they were spilling over.
Okay, but can I?
You can have it back.
You're not letting me
Yeah,
talk.
I just wanted them to see it.
Let me talk. So what the question was you had said is besides the obvious things, wedding photographs, children, dogs, all that, what would you grab if your house was on fire? And Ben had this made for me. On the beginning, it says, remember the works that he has done. And so we put in here all like special letters that people have written us, special Christmas cards, graduation cards, all those things, so that I would grab this running out the door if something were to be happening.
Lots of sweet words, little notes from our kids.
Yeah, but I just love the remember the works he has done. We forget to remember sometimes. We talked about that Stephen Curtis Chapman song, Remember to Remember. And he talks about sometimes we forget, we move on and forget to remember the goodness of God.
You know, the reason I love this question is if you're really trying to get to know somebody, you want to know what's important to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so this often represents that for you. It's our kids, our family, friends, all that. I was actually taking the letters out this morning and saw one, and I started reading them, and I was like, I'm going to get sucked into the vortex because there were so many great.
I have the letters in here that from our first date, like when
really?
you made that checkbox of like, would you go out with me? Would you go out with me? Kind of all these
That
different
is
things.
amazing because I've been I seriously have
here.
been looking for that. I didn't know you kept that.
It's in there.
All right, here's mine. I want to show you guys a piece of art from our daughter. So Ava drew this in high school.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even know that Ava was an artist until she started taking this class in high school. And if you can't see it very well, it's two hands with strings around the human heart.
It's heartstrings.
Heartstrings.
That's what they had to make a play on words. They had to draw something that was a play on words. And so she made a play on heartstrings.
There's a couple reasons why I love this. Number one, I'll never forget being surprised at how gifted she was in an area I didn't even know.
Yeah, because
that was like amazing.
Because she has an intellectual, like type A side, and then she has a very creative side.
And then it really captures what I try to do in my craft of preaching, is that any good sermon travels from the head to the heart. In fact, in the New Testament, when people get saved, it says, and they were cut to the heart. And so if you're really delivering sermons that change lives, you're not just aiming at the head, you're aiming at the heart. And so in a way, like this is my prayer every Sunday, like, Lord, give me the ability to touch people's hearts through words. And so I ought to get this framed and put in my office. Maybe we can do that.
Sure.
So, all right, there it is.
We as in me.
All right, that's show and tell.
All right.
That's we
as in me.
Yeah,
we should do that.
I got that. We should do that.
You should go to Hobby Lobby and do that.
It's like when I say, "Hey, what are we eating tonight?" Or what are we making for dinner?
No, it's you say, are we doing laundry? I'm like, no, I'm doing laundry. If you want to help fold, that'd be awesome.
All right, question from a life group. Here's a question that somebody asked, and we get this one a lot.
Oh no, this is a lot.
Does it ever make you nervous being so open about your personal life with thousands of people? What's your answer to that?
I am amazed. We get that question probably 3 or 4 times a week. We run into people, oh, we love the podcast. You guys are so real. And I'm amazed every time. Like, I don't think I even understand what would be the opposite of what we're doing, but I think part of people's DNA is just part of who they are.
I think since the moment I met you, sincerity has been something that is just who you are.
Right. And so I just think, well, it's just part of who I am. And I say this a lot. I say this when we speak. It makes me sad when people are not real because I feel like it diminishes the power of the gospel if we all pretend that we're okay. And you and I were talking about this. I went to lunch with someone a while back, and I was asking her about a specific ministry hurt or specific ministry hurts. And she said, I'd rather just keep that between me and Jesus, which is absolutely morally fine. I mean, she did nothing wrong there.
She has every right to say that.
Yes, she has every right. She didn't want to share. That was okay. But the disconnect, it immediately happened for me. I was just disconnected because I thought, well, okay, that's fine. But that's how you get to know people. Like when you just share your raw, authentic feelings of things that happened. And it doesn't have to be in a way that makes people think, oh, she was gossiping or whatever. It's just to say, this situation hurt me and I could really use some prayers for it through it.
That's good.
What about you?
Well, I was thinking about this, and it's kind of like the Mercy Seat song we sang today. If you don't tell people where you need mercy, where you need the Lord to help, you don't really open yourself up to the deeper conversations. So when I go to a conference, I've shared this before, and the speaker stands up and says, I have a formula. Here are the 3 things I've figured out, or the 3 best decisions I ever made. I may listen, but I will always listen if the speaker says, let me tell you the 3 biggest mistakes I made and made a complete fool of myself and what God taught me through all that. I'm drawn to that level of honesty and sincerity and vulnerability.
Well, especially in a day where everybody has the formula for perfection. I mean, everyone's got something figured out.
Yeah. You and I have said it this way. People will normally rise to the level of vulnerability of their leader. So if you're in a small group and people are being really kind of surface level, it may be because the leader is surface level. That kind of sets the tone.
We've talked about this. We've been in classes before where when prayer requests come around, it's, oh, pray for my uncle's dog, or, pray for this, or they'll say an unspoken, which again is not a right or wrong. So we're not saying that, but it is one of those things where it makes it hard for people to connect.
Yeah.
Because, what's really happening within your marriage, in your life, in your kids, that sort of thing.
Yeah. It kind of comes across like It's unspoken because I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
And trust is really what creates a bond between people. So, man, I love when the Apostle Paul said, and I will boast all the more gladly in my weaknesses, that his power is made perfect in my weaknesses. So there just is something to sincerity that sets people free to be sincere themselves.
Yeah.
So that's the answer to that question. All right, we got 2 more.
Yep.
Number 4.
Yes.
What are some quirks, or what is a quirk about me that you have silently accepted?
There's so many. Actually, you just said something I thought that would be funny to say, but I've already forgotten it. So when Ben gets off an airplane, he has his luggage and he has his bag. And Ben has this remarkable way of going uphill, and it's like his knees don't bend, his hips bend. And so he walks forward and he kind of waddles and he carries both in his hands, even though it's a roller bag. And so
I will not let the wheels touch the ground till I'm out in the airport.
And so he's like clumsily trying to get through the aisle of the airplane because you're tall too. And then you're holding these bags, and it's the weirdest.
It's just like
it's
this
like
weird
this weird
thing.
duck walk, and I mean, I just laugh. It's just
Well, but it's also carrying the bags completely down the jetway. I just feel like I should.
Well, you say it stretches you out, but I think
It
that's ridiculous.
stretches-
It's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous answer.
Well,
It
it's
just looks silly.
It's like baseball players jump over the line when they go to the mound. You don't touch the line.
Yeah.
So I don't let the bottom of my bag touch the floor until I'm out in the airport.
But however, when we pack, and I'm like, "Do you want a duffel?" He's like, "No, why would I want a duffel? I can't roll it."
All right, let's get to you.
You
I have
also
one.
point with 2 fingers.
I do point with 2 fingers.
He
I
goes
do
like
all the
this.
time. Hey,
Hey,
let's go over there.
all right.
Someone told me today that I keep pointing the fellowship hall in the wrong direction.
Yes, you
From
do.
the pulpit. So I fixed that in second service.
Okay, good.
When you eat Cheerios, I don't know why.
I'm like a
You
squirrel.
store them like in one side of your mouth like you're a squirrel. And I just find it fascinating.
I think
Like, why don't you just swallow it?
Well, I think I just maybe they taste nutty and they just feel good there. I don't
taste
know.
So you are inspired by the squirrel kingdom. As you
I
eat
love
your-
animals.
Yes, you do. Well, I think that's a quirk.
It's like a chipmunk.
Because you're a person that's very proper in the way you eat,
Yes.
except for Cheerios.
I try to
You
be.
store them like a squirrel.
I do.
Huh.
It's true.
All right, we got a few minutes left here.
Okay.
Let's end on a high note. We like to end these episodes
Yes.
on a high note.
Okay, what did I say?
People are getting to know us, so one of the things they like to get to know is like, what's a good story that you have? You want me to go first this time?
Sure.
I love poetry. I've told people that. And this 91...
Poems.
Yeah, okay, that's another quirk. Lynley cannot say the word poems.
My family has tried so hard.
Say it.
Poem.
Poems.
Poem.
Poem. Our kids even say poem.
But then it's like poem. Feels
Poem.
like Hunger Games.
Anyway.
Poem.
I love poems.
Poems.
A 91-year-old lady named Faye Hardy sent me a poem this week that really has helped her through hard weeks. And with all the stuff that's been going on in the church, the sad stuff, she sent me this poem and she just said, I just really thought of you. And it just really encouraged me that she was looking for that way to encourage me. But also, I have found the people of Bellevue to be people who like to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And we connect through things that shared likes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was really sweet that she sent me that poem.
Mhm.
I read it and it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? High note, something good that happened.
High note. So we have been at a lot of different things publicly this week with Jack's car decorating situation at ECS. You know, that's a thing here.
Yeah, that's new.
And all the different like tennis stuff or whatever. And we've gone lots of places. We were in Home Depot the other night, ran into somebody, and they are so kind about the podcast. And so that has been really fun because, you know, we really wrestled with doing this because we'd done a podcast before and said, you know, it's hard because you don't get to know your audience. But it's been so fun here because we are getting to know our audience. They're getting to know us. I should say that. They're getting to know us. And so they come up to us and say, I loved this story, or
Yeah.
I loved hearing this. My wife and I are like that. And so we really are actually getting to connect through the podcast, which we swore we would never do.
Well, and it's served a great purpose because we've had multiple thousands of people, it feels like, say,
Multiple.
let's do dinner. And we're like, there are not enough nights in the year for us to have dinner with all the folks we'd like to have dinner with.
Yeah.
So how do we help people get to know us? The podcast has been a simple way.
But
to
we
do that.
love that they ask that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so sweet that they're asking and they're interested in our lives and want to be a part of
They
it.
want to connect. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's been, I mean, it's been really fun to get the good feedback from the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it has been a joy in 4 episodes.
We did it again.
We look forward to episode 5 and 14 minutes, 42 seconds.
Cut
Hey,
it.
put it there.
We did it.
See you next time.